Okay. So now I want to clarify something. Just because we're all responsible for writing on our blank sheet of paper day in and day out, that doesn't mean everybody's life is the same or everybody has the same amount of difficulty. I do not mean to say that. Some people are blessed more than others, and some are victimized more than others, and that's a fact. But it's still our responsibility what we do with that. So all of us have two rooms in our lives, and the one room I call the room of woe. And in that room is where it's just piled up with things that were beyond our control, that were bad to happen. It was bad things people did to us, illnesses maybe we had, and all types of everything else that goes in there. And it can be bad things that you had no control over, and it could be things, bad outcomes that you actually worked for. You're responsible for it. Doesn't matter. In that room, the focus of that room is actually it's the things you can't control. It is a room of chance, no very little influence, and victimhood. Okay? And now there's another room. And this room I call the blessing room. And in this room is the good things that have happened to you in your life, both the ones you had some control over and the ones you didn't. And that room also lives the things you can control. You can control what you say and what you do. You can have influence. It's control and influence and truth. This is where you look and you see things as they really are. And as you go through life, you'll move things from one room to another. More and more things that you find out later in life that you thought were woes are blessings. All right. But here's the deal. Okay, so we have this woe room and we have this blessing room. And some people are definitely victimized more than others. And those rooms have different and more or less things in them. They are not the same for everybody. However, the difference, the big difference in how your life turns out is not which room is the fullest. That's not nearly as important as which room you spend your time in. If you spend too much time in the woe room, where the victimization is, you will gradually become a victim. And we'll talk more about that later, but it's entirely different to be victimized and to be a victim. There's a great book out there called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. He is a survivor of concentration camps, and he was also a psychiatrist, and he was uh, tried to analyze why some people survived and most didn't, and things along those lines. Well, most didn't because they were victimized by the Germans, but um, there was also this difference in who got sick and who didn't. Some people just never gave in to becoming a victim. And in that other room, if you spend room in the time in the room of blessing and truth and control and influence, now you spend your days thinking about what it is you can do, what it is you should do, the things you can make a difference on, the things you can influence. And that makes all the difference in the world. What room you choose to spend your time changes everything, and the room you're in that day will largely determine what you're writing on that page that goes into your binder that will eventually make up your life. So choose your room and choose it wisely. It makes a difference.